Well, here it is, Friday afternoon in Odessa at the Permian Stock Show, Gun and Knife Show here by Silver Spur. And boy, I got a story for y'all today. This old boy walked up to me and he introduced himself as Dr. So-and-so. I'm not going to give you his last name because then you'd embarrass him if you sent him a note. But anyway, he picked up this knife right here. And you can see that's mesquite handle, stainless steel bolster, little fall work in the spine, little mitered. And he got looking at it, he says, "Can you shave with that, sir?" And I said, "Yeah, you could shave with that." He says, "Well," I said, "but, you know, I call it a cowboy scalpel, since you mentioned it looked like a scalpel. And being an old ag teacher, I got to be politically correct. I can't use some of the terminology some of y'all use in front of mixed company." But anyway, he says, "Well, what do you do with a cowboy scalpel?" And I said, "You gather oysters." And he said, "Oysters? What kind of oysters do you get?" And I said, "Well, it could be bald-faced or little long-eared cattle, you know, or long-eared. It don't make any difference." And he said, "Well, I never heard of it." And I said, "Well, what are?" He said, "What are oysters?" I said, "Mountain oysters." "What are they?" And I said, "Well, that's the testicles on a bull." But anyway, he took his knife and he held it, and his wife said, "Man," she said, "Look at him. Doesn't he look handsome holding that scalpel right there in his hands?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, he does." And I handed it over to her. And I said, "Now then, yeah, mister," I said, "Now, doctor," I said, "what do you think about this young lady now she's holding this knife in her hand?" And I said, "Doesn't she look like Miss America?" He said, "Yes, she does." And I told him, I said, "I'm going to tell you something else. With her holding this knife in her hand, you better not take your bridle off because you'll be in trouble and singing soprano." But anyway, thanks for looking. Come see us if you can. See you now. Bye.